over the past 5 years, we kind of have gone and experienced continual growth. And actually, I look at we had a section where we had where we have a feeder cell where almost every one of our jobs starts with cutting wires. And initially, when we started this, our company, I was looking, and we're a small company, we looked at what we had in work in process because we had all these people working on different jobs. We actually had almost $500,000 in WIP. At this point in time, we probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of $35,000 in WIP. Jobs get pulled up in the mornings, they get shipped that day. The wire cutter feeder cell, we used to do things like we'd get a blanket order for the year. They thought it would be easy if the wire cutter was set up just to cut the wire for the whole year. So you'd set up and you cut the wire and it would go sit in a shelf somewhere. And all of a sudden you get a job that needed the same wire, and it's a 3-week delivery time for the wire. So then you'd have people taking wire and cutting it to the length and hand stripping it instead of having a machine doing it. And those were the kind of things that were continually happening that maybe you don't realize are happening within your organization. Again, we also reward our employees financially, and also we do other things, take them out to lunch. We run these little challenges where the two cells will challenge each other. Somebody will get a gift if they win or come up with new ideas. We actually have 2 employees that are Lean Level 1 certified. We had one of the people that is certified is that production manager who was extremely concerned about all the tables that got taken down. Now we hear him quoting things from Manny Veloso. It was a good shift to have him involved and get him to buy into the system. We're now a very competitive company. Not to say that we weren't before this, but we're more competitive. We actually have 4 or 5 customers in the Chinese market that we ship to. As long as we can get them to agree to what's on the print is what needs to be built, we feel we can compete with them. And I would say to anyone that's sitting here, if you're not doing lean at this point in time and you're manufacturing in the United States, maybe you're not doing it because you're not feeling the same competitive pressures that our industry has felt, but you should make yourself very aware those pressures are going to come. The Chinese aren't going to stop at making sneakers and t-shirts. They want everything that everyone in this room is making. They realize the value in manufacturing. They realize how it generates wealth in their economy, and you need to be proactive because they're going to be coming after you next. So over the past 5 years, through all these improvements, what we've found is that we've actually increased our capacity 90% without adding any staff. And we still think that we can increase our capacity going forward because there's always improvements that need to be done. Like I said, we currently produce over 1,100 custom parts, consolidated by consolidating our part numbers. Our manufacturing processes, while it looks like a great number of parts to produce, we actually have 5 different packages that we build them with. So we've come up with a system where we can actually give anybody a part that is their part and it's individual to them, but we're basically building them out of 5 different packages. So when things go out to the floor, we used to have all these different processes we would follow. We were able to consolidate down to 5, and we can basically build everything in our product range. We've reduced our stock inventory, our cost, and I've already told you the story that we have plenty of space to continue to grow. And we're looking forward to actually using cell 3 more than we already are, and we're looking forward to putting cell number 4 into place at some point in the near future. I've already been through that we were looking at renting additional space, and we thought that we were going to have issues. One thing that's been very important is that our company, even though a lot of you probably have experienced a downturn in this recession, We have aggressively gone after new business. Actually, recessions are good for us because we can get people to look at $5 and $7 parts, whereas when things are booming along, they're trying to figure out how to save $50 on their stainless steel purchases or whatnot. So we tend to add a lot of new business, even though business with a lot of our customers is down. Our business overall is pretty much stayed pretty steady. So our employees, we have not had a layoff through this. We're also reducing the labor content per part, and we're streamlining our production. We've been successful in lowering our prices with some of our customers that have demanded while still remaining profitable, which is really one of the keys. Some of the things that we learned. We thought we were organized, but organization is one of the keys to efficiency. That's why even if you get into lean and you just learn about how to do 5S, it's gonna help you out as far as your efficiencies. I can't tell you the number of times and how irritating I find it that you're looking for that one little tool and you have no idea where it's at. You spend 20 minutes looking for it. All of that time that you spend looking for things is wasted time that you could be doing something productive. Implementation of the whole lean philosophy is easy once you make the commitment to do it. We always say, work your plan, plan your work. That's also very important. You know, every day when we do a Kaizen event, we sit down, we talk about what we're going to do, and then we go out and we execute it. We also like to start small, start cheap, and you measure lots of big results. So again, that basically is just a line to say, you know, look at what your opportunities are. Always go after the least expensive opportunities that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck. It's always easy starting out. As long as you're measuring things, you can justify going through and putting this whole system together. I'd like to thank you for your time and be happy to answer some questions.